I think certainly one of the most challenging aspects is that we are up against serious conservative forces at the global level who are really, really pushing back on women's rights and gender equality. So I see this coming from two sides. I see that at the top, we have very conservative forces really trying to stop any conversations on women's rights, any conversations on gender equality. So we have that from one side, and all of us who work within these kinds of organizations know that this is going on, know that it's very difficult to get new gender equality plans approved, and we know that women's human rights are being violated all over the world by many different national governments and international organizations as well. So that's on one side. And so those of us who are working in this are working in quite pragmatic ways trying to navigate this. And then on the other side, we have the correct demands from those with a more radical perspective, or younger generations, or those from activist backgrounds saying, well, what about gender diversity? What about white feminism? What about decolonizing? What about all of these questions? What are you doing about this? So I think there is definitely these challenges, these dual challenges, where we need to respond at the same time to this conservative agenda that's threatening to take everything away, and then at the same time being called to account for not being intersectional enough, being too binary, and not taking into account gender diversity and taking that seriously and taking queer theory seriously. So I think that puts, if you're in the middle of those two things, it's quite a challenging place to be. It's an interesting time. Those who are the conservative forces are not interested in queer theory, and the LGBTQIA plus activists are not interested in being told that this isn't the time to reformulate the way that we talk and the way that we think. So for me, in the middle of those two, I think that's a very interesting challenge.